Hi, this is Paul Clark from YOUSRC, and in this second example video we're going to talk about variables, which is the way that computers remember things for you. So here I am at the YOUSRC website at www.yousrc.com, and I'm going to click on examples, and we're going to click on example 02, global variables. So, as with all examples, there's a little thumbnail that shows you what happens when it is run. It says, hello world, the sum is 15, yes it really is. We'll run it in a minute for ourselves. And here's the code. I just want to take you through the code. Now, a very important thing that you need to do when you're writing apps is get the computer to remember things for you. And we do this by something called variables. There are two different types of variables that you can have in an ELK program on YOUSRC website. You can either have number variables or you can have variables that remember words for you. So here we've declared some variables called num1 and num2, and in this example we're talking about global variables, and we'll talk about the difference between global and local later, but for now just declare your variables as global. You have to do them outside the function, so they're done up front here before we declare the start function, and they can be accessed from any functions that you may write in the future within this app. So we've got num1, num2, we've got another one called sum, and this is just showing you that you can either put them on a line of their own or you can put them on one line with a comma in between. And then we've got a word variable called sentence. And the way that you show that a variable is going to store words is you put a little $sign on the end like that. And that means that this variable is going to be used to store words, not numbers. We've only got one function in this app, and it's called start. All ELK programs have got at least one function called start, and then if you like you can have some other functions afterwards as well, but that's for later on. We declare hello world again, we show hello world on the screen again because we like to do that. It shows us that the program is running, and we showed you how to do that in example 1. And now we've got our variables. So what we're going to do with them? Well, we're going to say let num1 equals 5. That's a way of storing the number 5 in a variable called num1. We say let num2 equals num1 times 2. Because num1 has a value of 5, that means that num2 will now have a value of 10. And then we say let sum equals num1 plus num2. So now we're going to take num1, which is 5, and we're going to take num2, which is 10, add them together to make 15, and store that in a variable called sum. And then just to make sure that we show you how to use word variables as well, we say let sentence dollar equals yes it really is, with a comma before it. There you go. So anything that's inside the two quotation marks will be stored in that variable. And then to finish off we say gfx write the sum is. So here's a library function. It's a bit like writeLine, but with writeLine, after displaying that text we move on to the next line. So if you have another writeLine here saying hello again, it would say hello world, and on the next line it would say hello again. If you just say gfx write without the word line, then it just keeps going on the same line, and that's what we want to do here. So it says the sum is, with a little space after it there. Then we write the number, so that should say 15 because that's what we worked out the sum to be. And then gfx writeLine, so we're now going to show these words, yes it really is, and then we're going to move on to the next line. So hopefully this little example has shown you how to declare the number variables or word variables that you want in your app, how to give them values and do some simple maths with them, and how to display them on the screen. So let's run it. So the app starts, and it says hello world, the sum is 15, yes it really is. So there's our app running, just as we thought it would. I hope you've found this introduction to variables interesting and straightforward, and why don't you try and now copy this text, paste it into an app of your own, and give variables a go.